Books are expensive, but reading books can give you a wealth of knowledge that can help you make more money, help you be happier, help your relationships, help your health, whatever it may be. So, the appetite for books is somewhere inside most people. Most people want to read, but there's some barriers. And so one of the barriers is that books are very, very expensive. Books are range from $20 to $30, and so you have a few options. You can go into a library. Cool. You can rent out books. Totally recommend that. Or you can do what I'm going to show in this video, which is how you can get 90% of books for free, and this is how I do it. So, let's get into it. Side note, just kind of for fun, I read over 70 books in the past year, so I read a lot of books and this has helped me a lot. All right, here we go. So all we need to do is go to the Internet Archive. So this is a website that has a bunch of free and borrowable books. Incredible. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to show you in this video my number one book recommendation for pretty much everyone, a guide to wealth and happiness. I think anyone can read this book, so I'm just going to show how I would get it on here. So you go to texts, then you go to all texts, and you just type in the book you want. So I am looking for the Almanac of Naval Ravikant. And here we go. Here's this one. And would you look at that? Here's the book. You can look at any page in here, which is just the website. Or what I always do, I always go down and download the PDFs. So then I've got a bank of PDFs and books that I can just pull up on my phone, I can on my computer, read them anywhere no matter what. So that takes away the excuse. This is free. You could read it on your phone while you're on the toilet. You can read it on an airplane. You can read it while you're waiting in line to get your Chick-fil-A. So you can read it all times now. There's no excuse. So that's cool. Now, let me go over what might happen if a book is not available. So this happens sometimes. So let's go to, this happened to me today. Sometimes you have to search a little harder. So I was looking at this book called Deep Work. It's by Cal Newport. So here we go. This one, if I click on it, all right, there's no PDF available. There's no download. So, and the borrow is unavailable. But if I go back, let's try this one. The PDF is available on this one. So just like that, there's different books on here. Some of them may be unavailable for download, and then some of them will be available for download. So sometimes you have to surf through and be like, oh, this book's not exactly available. I got to kind of sift through. And what I'll do sometimes is if I look up the title and it didn't come up, I'm just going to look up the author. That's what I did on my phone earlier. So that solves that problem. So I'm going to share some creative ways that I actually leverage this website. So what I did today was a perfect instance. You could do it either way, but what I did was I went into Barnes & Noble and I browsed. So I just looked at a bunch of books, and then as soon as I saw one that I liked, I was like, I don't actually need to pay for this book. Unless it's a book that you think you're going to read more than once and pick up all the time, then you can buy it. What I like to do is I like to look at the free version, read the full free version, or skim through it. And if there's stuff that catches my eye, cool, I'll buy it. I like having tangible books for when I'm going to pick it up all the time. But if that's not the case and I'm just exploring for fun or learning a certain topic, I can use these websites and not have to pay for the book. So what I did today was I went into Barnes & Noble and I just browsed. And then whatever book I liked, I was like, oh, I'm not going to buy it. I'm just going to go download it on this website, and then I can read it later. Or you can do the reverse. So if you see a book that you want to read, you can go on the Wayback Machine and you can download it and read it. And that's your way of checking before you buy it if it's something you're going to read all the time. So you can really leverage this website, and now there's no excuse that you can't read. There's almost any book. There's some books that you won't find on here. Let me show you what you can do otherwise. So this is Google Free Books. So let's just look up, here. There's a lot of books. If you look up an author, it's not that specific. Let's look up The Stranger. Here it is. So you can preview the book. And this gives you, let's see, does it stop? Yeah. So it only shows you the first 13 pages, I guess. But this can give you a good look at, this is a book I want to buy. And sometimes I think you can borrow on here. I don't know. I've used this a few times, but it's pretty cool. So this is the secret. This is all you got to do. Now you can read whatever you want. You can download it on your phone, on your computer, and then that way you can see what books you want to actually buy. If it's a book you think, wow, this has really hooked me, I want to have this on my desk. I think there is some power to that, but you can totally use this to do a security clearance of if the book is worthy of paying for, because books do get expensive. So I hope this was helpful. I hope you go on a reading kick. I hope you get some good knowledge that helps you in your life. And if you got some value out of this video, just subscribe, share this with someone, whatever you want to do, whatever your heart desires. But have a good night. Cheers.